Peace and blessings. Happy Tuesday from Team Mansion. I almost kind of got lost track of my days. I usually go live early on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You catch me every day, 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. Usually 10 a.m. I'm on every day, 10 a.m. Had a few early morning meetings that led over to some other stuff. And yeah, it's been it's been exciting. Morning to evening, afternoon, whatever. I started my day off being educated, and that led to more education, to where I am now. I want to share these little exercises that I learned the other day from a mentor, and as far as like entrepreneurship, business, you have personal values and goals, but when it comes to business, you tend to switch up those values, and they change from time to time depending on what your goals are for your company and for your business aspirations or whatever, your business endeavors, whatever it is that you embark upon. And then just doing this activity with a mentor, it was pretty powerful. Came up with 20 values. We'll go over this. I'll show y'all what my values are looking like and how you could use this little activity to figure out what's most important to you as far as growing entrepreneurially wise, as far as entrepreneurship and or personal. So this is what we did, right? Write down. It's a little dark. Hold on, let me try this real quick. Alright. Got my little sandals on and shit. It's a little jacket on. It's a little cool. It's alright. But I like to be overly dressed because I don't like being sick. I could take this shit out, but I can't go put some shit on. You feel me? So I do it like that. But anyway, look. We wrote down values, right? On one side you wrote down 10. And then on the other side you left blank. But it's 10. And it probably was way more than this, but I wrote down 20. It was all written down on a blue sheet. And we just picked what stood out to us, what means something to us, what values do you hold dear, And of course, this was just off the bat what I put down. And I'll tell you why I crossed them out afterwards. But I felt like integrity was one, family, growth, clarity. And these just, not in any specific order, but just specific order, just there on what I value. And you go down the list to ambition, competence, authenticity, self-care, kindness, justice, passion, service, adaptability, respect, wisdom, mindfulness, loyalty, independence, gratitude, joy. And that's 20. And out of the 20, broke down 10. And then I started with that 10 and came over here. And from the bottom up. And it was scenarios, okay, like if you had everything you need in life, but you had to give up one of these. The first thing I gave up was ambition because, out of all of these, come on now. If you got ambition, the rest of these come with it. And whatever, I got rid of that. Then I got rid of kindness because it's a time for it, And as far as business, it comes and goes, whatever. Then I put down competence. And these are scenarios that we had, like, if this was to go on, what would you get rid of, and so on and so on. And then it came down to the top 3. But I did make some adjustments because integrity was, I felt like if you are authentic, you will have integrity. You have integrity if you are authentic. So those two was one and the same. But integrity goes with authentic. I'd rather be authentic before I fake have integrity. You know, you can fake have integrity, but this is just my thoughts as well. You know how I think, how I look at this stuff. But I had to throw in wealth success because self care will help you be real, and of course, I'm chasing wealth. It's important. There's a reason why I started a company for wealth, financial gains, and I'm comfortable with money, and I want money. You know, so that's why I do this. And I have to put that in there because I value money. That's why I spend time doing these money making activities. I think I took the mic off. Um, I had to reevaluate what I value. You know, subconsciously, of course, I do these things for certain reasons, but that's not what I value as far as being a successful business owner. And as far as being a successful business owner, my values, the reason why I do things, the things that I have going on, the people that I collaborate with is because they align with my values. People that self-care, people that's authentic, and people that's bound to make money, who's looking to make wealth, you know. Those align with my values as far as a business owner and a business business mindset. Now as a personal, you know, I value other things that gets me to move to get up in life. Go about my daily activities like I said, which was integrity. Without the business, my values are different. Is integrity, family, and growth, you know. Those are the three things I value besides growing as a company and a business owner, you know, entrepreneur, period. Different money making ideas and activities that I embark on. So um and then I put that on both of them. Like as far as personal integrity, it moved from top one to top three. Personal, because integrity is still one of my values, but not more than authenticity. You know, being authentic, and that was important to me because if you care about yourself, you should be real with yourself. And I wasn't real with myself when I put this list together as far as integrity, being over my wealth. So as a business owner, I'm working towards wealth. You know, financial freedom. That's what I value. Time, freedom, and all it comes with having wealth. And my self care, because like not everybody work on themselves, and that's totally fine. But I can't be. I could do anything I please to, but I will not be engaging with people who don't want to work on themselves because they have a lot of room for criticism, and it's just what the fuck I need to be around you for and deal with you for. You know, I'm working on myself. For others that are working on themselves, we have something to talk about. We have something that we relate on. You know, we're busy doing something, self-analyzing all the time because we're working on ourselves and things that we don't like, the things that we do like, and trying to get to where we want to be as a person. So yeah, that's just that. You know, be around like-minded individuals. I'm not a musician, so I'm not in a band. You know, I love music, so I listen to it, but so on. You know, just like that, they have teams and shit for you to go learn from, coaches to teach you. You want to go learn from a motherfucker where you trying to be or where you trying to go. And I'm around entrepreneurs because I learn business. I like business, and I'm trying to grow a business. So I'm around motherfuckers who, you know what I'm saying, business owners or who trying to start a business, who working on that. It just makes sense, right? And then that doesn't mean that we all have the same values, the same looks in life, and none of that. You know, everybody. This I didn't do this with them. I did this on my own because I had stuff going on. I might have didn't even know about the meeting at the time, but I be trying to, you know, show up because shit, this education is here for me, and it ain't gonna just get in my head because I bought the program. You know, I'm being accountable by learning this shit, taking time to learn it. And that's a foolish mindset to have too. Like you purchase something, then all of a sudden you should be successful from it, or it should automatically do something for you. You buy popcorn, the popcorn that you put in the microwave, right? You got to put that shit in the microwave for it to be fully made, or you have to go buy some popcorn that's already pre-made. And that's what anything and everything in life, like, unless you get something that's already done for you, you're gonna have to put some work in. You're gonna have to spend time putting the work in. Just like this business that I'm building. This is my third year going, September 22nd, and I'm still currently working on it and working in a business. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know. I didn't purchase this business and think like, oh well, now I'm finna be rich because I purchased the business and I'm gonna get these grants and loans and all this and that. Like, you know, of course I got steps and I'm trying to get through these steps, but that doesn't mean that I'm on my way is going to happen exactly like that. I'm living life, and life is an experience itself, and I'm experiencing what it's like to be an entrepreneur. With a pre-notion of that these steps to get me to this certain reality. It might not, but that doesn't mean don't try, you know. And I'm constantly trying different things to get me in different positions to have certain experiences with this company Team Angie. So I started off with accessories. You see, I don't have accessories anymore. I evolved into higher education, more high income earning skills. You know, that was bringing in income, but it wasn't the money that I'm used to, the money that I like. So I evolved to a different source of income. Not even a different source, just multiple sources, because I still have that in the back of my bag whenever I want to pick it up. But I don't chase out the little bit of money at a time. So you don't see me with the accessories anymore. I'm just doing what my time is worth. And every activity you do, you know, it's a price tag to it unless you're working for free and that's what you choose to do, shit. Some of y'all go to work for $22 an hour. You're doing $22 an hour activities. Some of you go for 10, 20, whatever the case may be. You know, you will sign up for whatever you feel that your time is worth. And that's just to say, like, you know, I feel like my time is worth way more than those accessories that I had. So I upgraded, I evolved, and they're still available if I want to use it or not. But, you know, that's not a money making activity that I want to embark on. And with these, everything that I do is um it's compensating my time. Like, you know, even with this right now, just putting a little education out and sharing my experience, this is content that I put on YouTube and share with everybody around the world. Like, it's not a waste of time, you know. And it's a $900 money making activity. If you purchase one of my courses, you know I got 900, 600, 300, 100 payment plans available. So whatever I get off of this time that I'm spending, it's a money making activity, and you know what it's worth if you want to purchase a product or program that I have. And that's the same with anybody and everybody. You know, like millionaires are doing $1 million activities. And when I get to that point, I'll be doing the same. A billionaire doing $1 billion activities. You know, you spend your time on these activities, you learn these activities, or you just spend your time doing as you please, as you will. You know, I'm learning high income earning skills, and I'm spending time on those activities, and I'm sharing those experiences and those opportunities, and that's what my time is worth. Earlier, I spent a little free time on educating myself, and it's what I do. You know, it's on my personal time. So I will get back to y'all with the messages and all this and that. But when I'm spending time like that, I'm not worried about social media and chit chatting and shit like that. Like, I'm trying to learn something. I'm having Zoom calls. I'm learning from them, and I'm giving education as well, giving knowledge. Just, you know, reciprocating the type of energy that I'm putting out. This is another reason why I kind of slowed down from last year. Like, you know, putting a lot of energy and a lot of time into it, and efforts going in vain. So for those of you who missed it then, I'm glad that you're a part of it now, because you know you can always go back and look at my videos and see the growth or see what's changed or what hasn't or whatever. You know, it's carbon footprint. My videos are out there forever unless I delete them, and some of them may still be on. Some of them I might delete it, or my storage is getting full. For like the last 60 days, every video I put out is gonna I'm gonna have to basically download it and I put it on YouTube because like the storage ran up on Facebook. So every time I record, they'll tell me it'll stay for 30 days. And then after that 30 days, I either could download it or delete it. And that's been going on for the last 30 days since my storage ran up. But nevertheless, I've done it one time and it's out there. So if I let all those videos go by, it don't even matter because I can do this every day of my life that God allows me to see, and there'll be more videos for the day. Just chop it up and make many videos, letting people know what I have to offer, what I have available. That's the power of having master resale rights as well. Those other products I had, the accessories, I was buying from somebody else to resell, and I wasn't making 100% profit. Making money, yes, nevertheless, but once I found out that there are products out there that you don't have to repurpose, repurchase, which is a major thing. Like, I don't want to keep on making a little bit of profit and then going back to this person, whether they're available or not, to re-up. You know, if you ever hustled before, you know how to re-up. You know what that means. Or you blow your bag and now you fall off, whatever the fuck, you know. So that was one thing, having somebody in my money and like having to go through them like that. I don't like the middleman stuff. There's no problem with it. Like, when you making money, you making money. However you gotta make it, like shit, whatever, you know. It's multiple ways to do things. I just choose not to be in the streets. So I'm doing this. I mean, get it how you live. Get it however you can, you know, whatever, right? But one thing about me is like being in survival mode is not helping me thrive. So I had to let go of everything that's getting me in that survival state of mind, because you don't look at life the same. You look at life as a different perspective, with a different perspective. And it's not one that'll help you cherish and appreciate people, places, and things, because you're interacting from a state of survival and I need this, so it's better me than you type shit, you know? It's just a low vibrational state of being, you know, a place that I like to dwell too long. I'm not saying that I'm always on some positive shit or happy or whatever, because I have fluctuation of emotions that I experience throughout the day, but I choose to stay on the ones that brings me higher, you know. I could get mad too. I do get mad, but I'm not finna be mad all damn day and let that shit drain my energy, you know. Whatever, like, I let it moment pass. I don't dwell on shit that don't help me build being a better person. I let that shit go. I ignore it. Like Casper the Friendly Ghost. You know, this shit don't even fucking exist to me. See through whatever, you know, I let it go. I don't hold on to shit like that. People, places, and things, either. If the shit drain me, it gotta go. And that's just how I function, how I focus on what's really important to me. Just being busy doesn't mean that you're busy doing anything important or productive. So that's one thing I like to be focused on, you know, not just busy doing some shit, because the world is busy. The world is constantly moving. That's busy, you know. If you're not moving, even when this body can no longer hold this electricity inside me and my spirit leave, it's going back into the earth and it's decomposing. It's busy doing something while my spirit busy, you know. So you never could be like, oh, I'm too busy. It's just, how are you using your time and energy? If you use your time and energy to focus on shit that ain't gonna bring you nowhere, that's cool. That's your experience. If you spending your time and energy on bettering yourself and working on stuff and uplifting yourself, that's cool as well, you know. But we all have the energy to do exactly what we want to do. You got the energy to be great or to be lazy. You got the energy to pay attention or not. You know, you use energy all throughout the day. It ain't if you can do it or not, or, you know, if you're capable of it. It's just what you decide to use your energy on. It takes just as much energy to say, I'm going to go sit here for a while and just chill, or I'm going to get up and build, or whatever the fuck, you know. It takes the same amount of energy to do whatever it is you want to do. If you want to sit here and learn some shit, if you want to not learn, or whatever, you know, it takes energy, is all I'm saying. So miss me with the excuses, with the bullshit, with the whatever, you know. I spend my time educating and learning, and I don't got time for the chit chat and bringing people down type of energy, you know. Like, I'm not with that shit. I don't got time for it. I'm not spending energy with it. And that's my choice, you know. I don't like spending time and energy on low vibrational activities. low vibrational people or low vibrational places, like whatever, So just I said that to say this, like I am gonna get back to some of y'all, and yes, some of y'all, because I know who trying to build and who wants some shit and who not, And if I ain't got back to you, more than likely I'm not. It is what it is, like not to be mean or nothing like that, but I don't want to fuck with people who ain't really trying to fuck with themselves and try to grow. You should be able to learn from me like I should be able to learn from you. You shouldn't come to me and this be a dead end, and now you just drain and you like, oh, where do I go from here? A lot of people do that to you, consciously or unconsciously. But it's just a wake up call, like what do you pay attention to? Y'all can answer in the comments too. Like, what do you pay attention to? When you wake up in the morning, when you hop on social media, what are you looking for? When you turn on the television, what entertains you, And that's a serious question. Like when I get on here and I see fights and a whole bunch of negative drama shit, I look right past it. I'll laugh at your ass. Yeah, and I ain't gonna say nothing else about it, but stroll, don't show it again, And I look at who posting it too, like, oh, this where their mind is. I can see what type of reality they're going to be experiencing. And then, I just go from there. And then when I don't have enough room to add more friends, that was probably a person I deleted. They want to post this negative shit all day. Get the fuck on. I don't engage with you anyway. We don't interact. You can go. Or if I see people posting like weird shit, like whatever. I know where your mind at, what's in your heart, whether you're saying it or not. You only be fake for so long and hide your intentions for so long. Oh yeah, people be like, I'm just posting to be posting. Well, obviously it's something that grabs your attention, something that entertains you and or you want to entertain. So that's the whole reason you go check out stuff, Just like if I want to watch some porn or whatever, I would go to a site like that or I'll go check this shit out, I'm going to go check it out. Like it's my intentions to view this type of stuff, to be entertained by this type of stuff. With music, with whatever, When I listen to music, it's like, oh, I don't want to hear a bunch of low vibrational bang bang shoot 'em up. That stuff ain't doing nothing good for my spirit, but releasing anger if I feel that way. But at the end of the day, like, why would I want to engage in negativity all the time? Being in an angry state of mind all day. It's an emotion. I recognize it. I get down to the root of why it's a present emotion in my life. Somebody pissed me off. I'm not finna flip off the handle. I want to know, like, okay, this person's tricking me by doing this and such, whatever. Because not everybody conscious of how they being used. You could be running around all day thinking you're doing something righteous by getting on people's nerves and being used by a negative spirit, and then somebody fuck you up and you be wondering what's going on until you come back to reality like, oh, okay, maybe that was foolish or maybe that was silly or whatever the case may be, because a lot of people don't be accountable. You fuck somebody up, you wrong, but that person ain't gonna say why they had to get reprimanded or why they had to get violated or whatever the case may be, People do foul shit is all I'm saying. They like to throw rocks and hide their hands. See the shit all day, every day, whatever, It's just about being accountable. You accept the good with the bad. Whatever energy you out there putting out, just make sure you're ready for what's gonna come back. Because the universe is all about balance. And that's all I'm saying. You want to be balanced, whether the universe forcing it to you or you being consciously aware on how much you putting in and putting out. So yeah, that's what I had to look about these values as well, because I fuck with you if you align with these values, as far as the growth, the elevation, development that I'm encouraging to experience. And if not, it's cool, I don't look at you no different. I'm no different. I'm just a motherfucker who values certain things in life. Take action on certain things in life. I look at things and like my subscription page. I got a lot of recipes, pictures, everything. I don't got that shit on there just to be harboring information. I'm checking that shit out. If I like it, I keep it on and I share it with everybody else. But like as far as with my art, I hope this dried up. Let me see. No, it's not. But with the oil, like I'm still learning. You can see, like I just dried a little bit off. It's a new element to me. But the reason why I even got it because I challenged myself and I love art. And I seen this shit online and I'm learning how to do it and I'm trying, whether it comes out perfect or not. It don't really matter. It's just about me knowing that I have the ability to create and I have the courage to try to create. And that's what it is like with your life. You have the courage to be who you want to be, then go for it. If not, then don't complain to me about why your life ain't like. I want to hear about your fucking wishes. I'm not a genie. I don't like that type of shit. Like, I'm not sitting around here on here like, oh, I wish y'all would follow me and like my shit. I wish I go. No, not at all. And I don't respect people that do that to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't do it to you. Like, I lead by example. And if you come into me some shit that you ain't seen me with, don't be surprised when I give you a reaction you ain't used to because the fuck, People just be so clueless, but at the same time, it's like, we got the power to make shit happen. You either gonna use some energy to make it shit happen or you're gonna use some energy to say why it can't work. Either way it go, you just use energy to either create or to create an excuse, create a reality or create an excuse. All right, it's charged up. Let me get that off. This is more so just like me talking to you guys or at you guys or whatever, People really don't be saying much, and this is not even my time of day. But like I said, I usually go live around 10, but what I had going on was education, and it's important to me to know that I'm in a position to learn. I don't want to be seeming like I know it all because I'm learning. Every day I'm learning. All day I'm learning. I'm learning who to fuck with, not to fuck with. I'm learning how much patience I have on certain topics, situations, places. I'm learning what I desire in life if it's something that aligns with my future, I desire certain experiences and sometimes I don't. I'm changing, evolving. I'm not the same person who I was a year ago who started this digital marketing. I'm coming up to a year. I'm not the same person I was yesterday, A lot of y'all knew me from school, from the streets, from jobs, or whatever, but I ain't the same person because I'm evolving. And I wouldn't expect y'all to be the same people. If I see you again or I meet you again, we'll have to get to know each other again. I'm not sure what you've been going through in life, what you're dealing with, what you're experiencing, or none of that, But I'm not assuming that I know you because I've had a moment with you. People change, and if they don't change and grow, then I don't want to fuck with them either. Like, even a tree goes from having leaves to bare branches, and then again, it's going through transformations. As much as we like to be comfortable in life, that ain't gonna help you grow. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't be comfortable. Be comfortable growing, be comfortable doing righteous, be comfortable seeking education and knowledge, You can be comfortable in a good way and comfortable in a bad way, You can be comfortable used to not doing shit and not achieving anything. To be comfortable being I ain't gonna say it. But comfortable doesn't mean it's a good thing. You be comfortable in your sins and go to hell if you believe in that shit or whatever, It all starts with comfortability and then it leads to a habit. You comfortable cleaning up, you got a habit of being clean. That's a good thing, You got a habit of sitting around not doing shit. You comfortable being dirty. That's not a good thing. You don't seek education or knowledge, you comfortable being a dummy. Whatever, And there's not to be acting like I'm better than nobody, but like it's first place, second place, and third place for a reason. Whoever coming first, they is better than the second and third. They work for it, they earned it, That doesn't mean that you can't come first and that you can't be better than what you are or who you want to be or whatever, And I'm not trying to compete with nobody but myself. You could compete with me all day long, it'd be wasted your time and energy because you'll see I don't give a fuck. You'll realize that really quick. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, shit, hey, do you. Congratulations, you know what I'm saying? Got high hope for you niggas. But we'll see. Whatever, But you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not trying to be all that you can be. You're taking away from the universe because we all made the way we need to be. Even twins are different, and they both go leave different marks in the world. Like Serena Williams, Venus Williams. You know those two different people, right? But you know they're twins, right? And let I say more. But yeah, trying to compete with motherfuckers, you doing yourself a disservice. They one and one, and they both good. And they don't compete with each other. They compete with the world and amongst themselves. But you know, everybody life and everybody mission in life ain't the same. That's why everybody doing what they do. Some people do it better than others because they're in their prime, they're in their purpose, they're in their passion. That don't mean that you're gonna be the best in that field either, too, though. You know, like we look at sports, not everybody make it to the fucking league. Just looking, you know. And even everybody in the league don't make it to the championship. That doesn't mean that everybody in the league suck. It just that's what it is, you know. The yin and the yang. You have to be a winner and a loser. It have to be. That's what it is, you know. When you in competition, somebody have to win, somebody have to lose. So just remember that when you out here trying to compete with a motherfucker and you're not winning, it's because that's not you. That's not your lane. And if you want to feel more fulfilled, then you need to figure out what it is that you really desire in life. If it's to be better than everybody, you already lost. And ain't nothing you can really do about that but just experience being a loser until you start being humble about you're more than enough. And you have the intelligence. If you learn how to copy a motherfucker, you should learn how to be all that you want to be. You know, you already got the mindset to know how to go in and do some shit, right? Just start doing internal more so. Like, people know what's wrong with them. You know what you need to work on. I'm not nitpicky to tell you, like, you know, I'm not in your skin every day, all day. I don't know what the fuck you need to work on. And I'm not the one to care about that because I'm looking inside me most of the time. Only time I care about if a motherfucker got an issue is if you're in my space, in my, you know, in my fucking personal space, and you coming with some negative energy, then we clash. And then, you know, we learn how to coexist. Or we learn how to separate, like, you know. But other than that, like, I don't give a fuck how people conduct themselves or what they do as long as it's not detrimental to me or my health and shit, like, you know. Whatever, right? I don't got time to pay attention to you motherfuckers. Do as you do. But don't let that shit come to my attention to where it's a problem with me, because then it's a problem with you. And I don't mind letting a motherfucker know it. It is what it is, you know. If it's up, it's up. To the end of the world. I don't care about no fallouts with people. I ain't making no peace with a motherfucker. I ain't sparing no bitch. Like, you know, if it go there, it's there. And it is what it is. But as far as depending on me, I like to keep peace and I try to keep peace. But it's a time for everything. If it's a time for us to clash, that's what the time it is. But, you know, I'm focused on myself and I'm focused on being a better person for myself. And that's just that, you know. I know what I need to do to work on myself because I'm living in this reality of mine day in and day out. And I'm not never unconscious of who I am and what I need to become to be useful in this world, you know. Just like the sun. If the sun sit behind clouds all day and not shine, the sun is fucking useless. And if it don't come up as it's supposed to, we don't get no light. We can't see anything. But whatever the moon allow us to, you know, we don't have any type of warmth if the sun don't come up. And it's the same with the moon, you know. If it decides not to be the moon, then we be stuck with bright lights all damn day, you know. And so on and so forth. So it's just important to know who you are and what you bring into this world. Whether you are somebody who like to analyze things, you could be a researcher, you know, you need it in society. A lot of people don't know how to research. If you're a person who know how to put colors together, maybe you're a person who could help the world create new clothes and different color schemes or different color cars or whatever, you know. That's something needed in the world. And or whether you just like to read and people love to hear you read, and you can be an audio book reader, you know. That's a job. So if y'all are looking for some passive income, that's another way to make pay. But I'm not here for that. I'm just here to tell y'all, like, you more than enough, and what you have in you, it's enough to get you to where you need to be. All you have to do is just use your mind. What up, too, Donald? Thanks for tuning in. Peace and blessings. I'm gonna reiterate, as far as like making money online and stuff like that. I'm really just talking for real, for real. I was letting everybody know I usually go live at 10 a.m., but today I kind of failed, y'all. I dropped the ball. I was trying to get everything done a little bit earlier, but it's life. And it's better now than never, so it's nothing wrong with that. But when I started my day, though, I like to start off being educated and learn some things, stuff that I probably don't know or probably do know, but need to go over again. Had a really, really good Zoom call earlier today. It was like 1:00. But before that, I was live on YouTube, and that was pretty dope. Like, I don't really go live on YouTube. I really just got the ability to do that like a couple months ago, but I didn't do it because I had lost my auntie, and I didn't really care about this social media shit like that. Like, I'm grieving, and the way I grieve is like I just need some time to figure out this new reality, and it's a process. Like, really what I do is I just, in my mind, I stop thinking about stuff. I block it out and I act like it never happened. And that works for me sometimes. Like last year, my cousin passed away, and it really just like took a piece of me. Like, he my big brother, like a big brother to me. We was sitting there always smoking and talking shit and just chilling. We had some shit going on. Kind of fell out a little bit. I wish that I had the chance to make it up with him. And that's the thing about life too. Like, you don't have time to make peace with people. You don't have time to be mad at people because you don't even know when the next time you might be able to talk to that person, or if you could be able to make peace with what the wrongs that y'all got going on. And it was about some money. Like, shit, us niggas need money, and we do what we got to do. Long story short, what we had going on, it took more time than we thought, and it kind of put a strain in our relationship. Of course, I felt the way about it. He felt the way. We ain't stopped fucking with each other like that, but we weren't really talking. And it ain't like I'm finna just sit here being mad at you. Like, I'm living life. I ain't thinking about you. I'm doing what I'm doing. But something in my spirit was like, he called me through one of my cousins. They both was on the phone, but they don't know that I heard him talking. Like, he was like, what'd he say? Woo woo. So I'm like, oh, he got the strings on you, so it makes sense on what you was asking me type shit. And that was just his way of checking on me, like how you do. But I'm like, oh, okay, I know what it is mentally. Like, I play chess, so I see these moves, and I know who these moves coming from. Like, you could try to play these games, but I already know what's going on. And I just let it happen. I'm allowing this shit to happen. I'm watching it unfold as I want to see if it's going, I need to see this happen. I need to see that happen. I basically could predict this shit. Like, I'm watching it unfold as my predictions come to life type shit. And yes, I do think moves ahead, way ahead. So when you think you're getting over on me, it's just a trap that you're already in. And I'm seeing you be predictable as I predicted that you would do. And, it just makes sense. But long story short, like, I was like, I still feel like, fuck it. Like, I don't really have much to say. Like, shit, I ain't the reason why this shit didn't work. You told me that you can make this happen, and I went by your word, and it didn't happen, or it didn't happen. Like, like, I'm pissed. Like, when I tell you something, that's exactly what I mean. And if it's not gonna work, or I'm not sure, I tell you that exactly. I don't tell you some for sure shit if I'm not for sure. So that kind of pissed me off. Like, come on, dog, you got yours, I ain't get mine. And I got mouths to feed. I'm taking care of myself. I got a child. And a lot of this shit I do is to have something to give to my child, I can't give if I don't got. So it kind of pissed me off the way people be trying to take from me. But that's what I felt and I thought. The next time we talk, we never talk. I'm hearing people talk about you and you're passed away, and it just made me feel away like, damn. Like, I thought I had time we had time to fucking make this right. I thought the money was gonna come, never came, or whatever. I still don't know, like, what the fuck going on with that. And that's crazy too. Like, if I would have got my money, he would have got his shit. I feel like he would be alive. I'd be in a better situation, and we'll be out here maintaining like we do. But like that shit, it held a strand. Like we need the shit, Like we needed to live. We needed to fucking. It's a tool. And shit. It just goes to show, like, like I never thought that was gonna happen. That was last year, and it really just crushed me. Like, damn. I didn't get to say goodbye, and I didn't know what it was that had took his life. I was kind of scared. Like, shit, I don't want to go put myself in a position to get killed. Like, it's kind of iffy than a motherfucker. Like, I don't know what that was about. People say it's over this, over that, but I don't trust motherfuckers. And I'm not afraid to say that. Like, I don't trust motherfuckers. Like, I don't care who it is. Like, God didn't tell me to trust people because his own people betray him. So with that being said, it's just like, okay, yeah, whatever, I always keep that in the back of my mind, like, yeah, whatever, It's any motherfucker capable of doing anything, I say like that, especially if a motherfucker desperate. Ain't no telling what a motherfucker do, how they'll cross you. I done seen people get crossed. I done been crossed and betrayed and abandoned. Like, I don't put nothing past a human being. Motherfuckers that do you any kind of way and think that you supposed to be cool with it or okay or whatever the fuck. People weird, and I don't really care too much for it, but I use my discernment. And I don't like being around a bunch of people like that. Don't make me happy. Like, I actually get drained of my energy being around a lot of people, especially if they're not high vibrational beings. I need to go regroup, refresh, and re-energize myself from being around motherfuckers who drain you. You know what I'm saying? Just socializing, period. Like, I don't like to be around a bunch of motherfuckers. Not for too long. But, yeah, it was just like, damn. Trying to keep doing this because it's my job and because I was having fun with it. I liked it. But in the back of my mind, it's like, the people I'm doing it for are passing away, and I feel away, like I'm sad, like it's just a fluctuation of emotions, how I was feeling and how I do be feeling. Like, I'm human, I got feelings. I talk about emotions all the time. I talk about mental health, advocating for it all the time because the way you feel dictates the way you think. The way you think dictates the way you act. The way you act dictates the way you live life, just depending on certain realities and situations you're going to experience. If you feel like you're incompetent and you have no resources, that's going to play on your mind in a negative way, to where you get to being desperate, and then you want to be out here trying any and everything just to fill that void so you don't feel empty anymore. And or them endorphins, where you want to feel satisfied from not being satisfied, and then you go into chasing pleasure, in certain different ways. I don't know the scientifically correct terms with all this shit, but I will get it out back and I'll share it with you all. But I like to talk to people where they at, because I don't even know all that shit, but I do understand what it is about and so on and so forth. But like, I ain't no scientist. I ain't make up these words. But it's common sense to me the way that I receive and obtain the knowledge. It takes a certain type of mindset to run a business, to start a business. A lot of people have great ideas, but they don't have the courage to get started. So therefore, they become a failure before they even know it or realize it. And they be the type of people who will be like, one day I'm going to do this. Why not today? And that's exactly the reason why, they don't have that courage to get started. I want to see everybody successful and happy, but I can't want that for you more than you want it for yourself. And that's just that, like I want to be rich and happy, but no motherfucker want me to be rich and happy more than I do for myself. And if they did, they'd be right here like, this is how you get rich and happy. This is how you be happy. This is how you get rich. They'd be right here holding my hand, helping me make sure that I experience that reality. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to fool myself and act like people give a fuck, because they don't. And I don't expect them to. Just like I don't tell people my dreams and goals, because why should I care? Why should you care, Now, when people see you working towards your dreams and goals, then that's when they want to either imitate you or copycat or act like they so fucking into what you got going on. But before, like, if you tell a motherfucker, though, this is what I'm trying to do, they don't hear it. They don't understand it until they start seeing it. Then all of a sudden, the shit makes sense. So that's another way I preserve my energy. I'm busy doing what I'm doing. Of course, I would like to share my dreams and goals with people, but if we're on the same frequency, we'll align and we'll manifest these things happening together when the times come, Oops, I dropped you all. That's a sign for me, too, to let you guys go. I'm talking your ears off. I can talk. I'm finna watch some movies and unwind a little bit. And then tomorrow, I'll be live 10 a.m. and show y'all what I feel about as far as engaging with people and relationships and stuff like that. It's actually a few people I follow that drop a lot of knowledge, and I look up to these people. I don't know how old they are. Some younger than me, some older, but that's just to go to show, like, if the vibe's right, the energy right, the mind right, you can reach across realms. Like the guy that I look up to, younger than me, but the mind is like way older than mine. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not ashamed to say I learned from younger people or older people or whatever, It's just that I want knowledge, and I like to know stuff. I read books. I listen to blogs. I mean, not listen to blogs. I write blogs. I listen to podcasts is what I was trying to say, what I meant to say. I'm looking at this newsletter because it came from a blog, and I'm finna put it together for y'all, whatever. And I just started blogging this year, which is crazy. I never thought in my life I'd be blogging. I don't even fucking read blogs. Not like that. But this year, wait, hold on. I'm gonna put this motherfucker on me. It's trying to get stuck. I know not to do this again. Alright. Yeah, that shit hurt. I don't like dealing with pain. This motherfucker gotta get stuck on my hand. It's Serenity Prayer. But if that shit ever happen again, I'll throw this motherfucker down the drain, and that Serenity gonna be out the window. I ain't gonna believe in this shit ever again. Don't fucking attach to me like that. It made me uncomfortable, like, for real. Like, what the hell? To the point where I dropped the religion and all that. Get the fuck out of here. Don't be attaching to me like that. The hell, this motherfucker was just like sucking the blood out of me, though. Like parasitic type energy. Oh, that had to get down. I already been fucking getting hurt like a motherfucker all last week and the week after. Burnt the fuck out my hand. Hold on, you can see this shit. Just now healing up. That shit hurt like a bitch. Then I got a like in my fucking rib right here. Let me show you. Hold on. Like, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's like fucking cut, G. Like, damn. Trying to get naked on camera or nothing. But like right here, I don't know, my camera's so fucked up. And like, I hopped on the trampoline trying to grab some shit. It was cool, whatever, right? Then I'm sitting down like I'm sitting down now, and all of a sudden I'm like, is my fucking drawers too tight, or is my belt too tight? Like, what the fuck? I started feeling something like right there. Then I'm like, damn, that shit hurts. So I go to the bathroom, right? I'm like, what the fuck going on? I'm thinking I got bit by a bug or something because now all of a sudden I just feel random pain and on my elbow right. But I know what happened right here. I slid on the shit and it burned my arm, like, rubber, whatever. But I didn't know that had happened on my side too, though, because it just happened so fast. I didn't feel the pain until later on. Like, if you ever been cut, stabbed, or something like that, and you ain't feeling it until like later on, or till you had some soap or some shit go through the cut. Like, it ain't even got to be no knife, so you get a paper cut and don't feel it until you look like, oh shit, or piece of wood that's real sharp or whatever, you just cut it by trying to grab it. That's how that happened on my side, but not right here. I felt that shit automatically, and I felt this burn automatically. So what's crazy was in the last 2 weeks, I only got 3 burns and 2 in one day, in 1 week. And then this one by itself. So my whole left side, like from here, my fucking hand, there, and then my fucking side, just got scraped up, cut up. I'm damn, what the fuck going on with my physical body with the pains and the bruises and shit? I was like, man, that kind of put me down though. Like, I ain't gonna cap. But I'm working on this newsletter right here. I was showing somebody on YouTube Live earlier. They was watching all this shit too. They was happy. They was like, what's going on? So I ended up putting together a newsletter for them. Well, I started. Where my mouse at? I started, but I ain't finished it. We had a nice little live video early on YouTube. I wanted to do it for Facebook, but it was already on YouTube. So I like, fuck it, right? I go with the flow. Like, some telling me to do this. I listen to me a lot, my inner self. My spirit guide me a lot along the way. Sometimes I don't. Like, if I'm tired, I'll lay it down. But for the most part, like, if I don't feel like using energy to do anything, I want to use my energy to be lazy, then I don't listen. But something's like, go ahead and knock YouTube out today. Facebook could wait or whatever, and that's what I did. And it was like my second or third time going live on YouTube. I don't know if I told them that or not or whatever, but they was coming on. They kept on popping on. One of my whole places over here in the Vietnam right now. Vietnam or Vietnam, wherever the fuck. I ain't never been over there. No disrespect to none of y'all Vietnamese people either. Because I fuck with y'all. But he over there right now, and he was like, he want to go to the Philippines. I was like, yeah, there's some pretty women out there or whatever. And we were just talking about like what's it like. I never been to the East Coast, East Asia, whatever, over there. So I was just learning from him. Same color skin, if you want to know, there's a black guy over there. A lot of black people don't be in Asia. From America, that is, And I was just wondering, like, where you at? What's going on? It was pretty dope. He was like, what up, team, man? I seen you on my shit the other day or whatever. And just chopping it up, like, networking. I don't know this man. He don't know me like that, but shit, my name being thrown across his platform of 500,000 people. And shit, I don't got that many people on mine, but, my little followers is looking like, okay. And it's all cool, though, like, it is what it is. So that's what made me even go live while I'm talking. That's what made me go live on YouTube, because I was already on there supporting the people I support. And yeah, it just went from there. I'm trying to figure out where's the let me see real quick. Where's the damn. Help me out if y'all know it. If y'all do it on y'all laptop or whatever. So what I'm looking for is my watched videos, right? I mean, yeah, my history. I'm looking for the history. How do I? Here it go. Thank y'all. So where my mans and them at? Let me show y'all. This type of shit be pissing me off. It's not even showing me all of his. Click on this thing. If y'all was to see, like my camera ain't that long, whatever. So that's the history. And then I do watch shorts too. Like I don't know what she was doing. I don't even remember watching this. Let me see if I did see this. I probably did. Yup, I did. So I was like, look at that ass. Then the bitch is rolling down the thing and shit. Like, look at this, man. I ain't see that part, but I'm like, damn, okay, I'll watch that whenever I feel like watching that again. These hoes on here, they going in. So I'm like, yeah, that was a little entertaining for me. That was nice. But that was before I got this education, though. Let me show you what he got. Because I watched all that shit today. Every single one of these. And this has been since like what? 1 o'clock in the morning. PM. Honestly, I ain't gonna even cap because I don't. Oh, that was him right there. KS Travels. So just in case y'all think I'll be lying and shit or whatever, I'm finna show you. You will even see him saying our company name on here. Here you go, right here. This was, what time was that? I don't even fucking know. What we finna see? See, like he got his shit to where, see, this live he had did earlier, but you gotta unlock it by paying some money. And as much as I support, I'm not finna, y'all missed it. So this was an exclusive video he posted. But yeah, the man out there in Cambodia, then he went to where he went to? Vietnam. Y'all could go like his page and stuff too, KBS Travels. He got 559,000 subscribers, 217 videos. This is his website. Y'all can send a PayPal. And then he got 2 more links. PayPal, Patreon, and his Cash App. So I don't know what this is, but I'm finna check it out. This is his website. And he got videos on there y'all can pay to see. And like, I'm not finna buy one right now. I might not even buy none later on, but I will support the man and send him a couple dollars and purchase one of these. Casablanca strip club, like he be out there with them bitches. But yeah, support the man. This is Handler. If y'all want to go check him out. But that's what we do over here, though. Like shit. They come check out my stuff. I check out theirs. We all majority educators. I'm talking to y'all. You do know that you should be running your business under an LLC, right? And look, the black people ain't usually here, but it's a black man on camera showing this type of stuff. Look at that. This South America, of course. But yeah, like he got, like, I respect what the man do. I'm not gonna hate on him or nothing, His time should be compensated as well. But I'm not free advertising and stuff. If you want to support, go ahead. Yeah. Buy some videos. If you ever catch them live, you ask some questions. But yeah, stuff like that. Like even with I got on my Facebook, they might see my subscription page. You can subscribe or not, but we all got valuable information and content. His on YouTube for $3. You see mine on TikTok for, it started from $3, $4, and $5, and then on Facebook $1. So that's the cheapest. I usually put it out on Facebook because it's affordable. Not to say $4 is not affordable. Like, what the fuck? And you can count it up too, like, 16 quarters, $4. But hey, that's neither here nor there. To subscribe for my exclusive content, it's only $1 on Facebook. It's gonna stay that way too because Wait, my bad. They sending money on this thing, which is kind of crazy because I don't know what this photo. So I stay on this site too. They say they just credited for per pay for completing per pay. I feel like I was just on that website. I don't know. Whatever though, right? Free money is free money. Mm, I don't know. Whatever though. I'm gonna check it out because they still owe me a couple more dollars too. So, but they already said that it was gonna be on the 28th. It might be on tonight. It might be on right now. But I haven't refreshed the screen, and when I did, it was showing that, and I didn't click it off. So the thing about that, like if they send money, right? Like you just seen that when I click it off, then another one will pop up. All my money will start popping up, and then the balance at the top will start changing. But I don't feel like checking through all that right now because I know what work I did. Just like I was saying about dude with the page, and I was sharing like he out there putting himself in position. He deserved to get paid, you know. You could catch him live, or if he post a free video, you could see it. But I'm not finna. I support it, but I'm not finna buy a video for y'all to see. You get it? If you want to see it, go check it out, go purchase. Just like with my shit, like we do this shit for money. So it is what it is. I'm not no fucking non-profit organization. I don't do shit for free. My time is to be compensated. My expertise, my knowledge, and I'm affordable with the shit. I ain't trying to leave a motherfucker broke, but my shit do cost. I do this shit for money. And it is what it is. Ain't no shame in it at all. The reason this shit costs because I figured out how to get the money to get it, and it's in my possession, and I'm reselling it. The game is to be sold, not sold. That's why a lot of y'all broke. You out giving the game away for free, then they go fuck it up, and now there's no money to be made. But that's life. Everybody think they know some shit. Everybody want to know some shit, but everything ain't for everybody. And that's what everybody got to learn when the time comes for them. To either keep fucking up with some shit, keep on going against the grain, or give it up and start moving more naturally. Me, I don't like to go against the grain. I like shit to flow naturally. I'm not forcing none of this shit to go about. Everything I'm doing is just, it is what it is. I don't have to force it. It's not being forced. It's working out to the best of my benefits. But I'm finna let y'all go so I can smoke and chill. I just want to share a little bit of my day with y'all because I ain't get to go live earlier. And the shit that I have for y'all, it's just out there. So yeah. Happy Tuesday again. Peace and blessings from Team Angie. Check my page for the blogs. There should be a blog on my page that I dropped yesterday. And in that blog, it got everything that you need to know. So other than that, you just get into my email list, teamangieLC.com, and then wait for us to send you, which it comes usually right away. So once you get into my email list, teamangieLC.com, check your email for your blueprint and then also for the newsletter. And then it'll come through teamangieLC.com. So you can't miss it. Usually don't go into spam, but just in case you might want to check your spam too. But nevertheless, peace and blessings from Team Angie and happy Tuesday.